What's up, y'all? Sorta here in another video today. Today we cover Ice Tank, and Ice Tank is probably one of the simpler tank powers that we have in the game. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So we're gonna switch up a little bit. We're gonna start off with our ice mechanic first. And the reason why we're doing this is because when we discuss our allies, mods, and artifacts, stuff like that, it's gonna make a lot more sense when we go over those items. So see level 10 tank roll, 65% defense while not blocking. Cool. There's nothing else here, so if we scroll just a little bit, we see ice armor. So using the shield superpower grants you ice armor. Ice armor, what it does, increase your defense by 35% while not blocking, and also when you take damage that is not absorbed by a shield and tank roll, you reduce the cooldown shatter restraints by a second. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So to simplify all this, we're just rotating shields as ice tank. That's all we need to do for our main mechanic, is just to rotate shields. Obviously, you know, as a tank, you still need to group the adds together, hold aggro, but the basic of this tank power is just to pop shield, rotate shields, pop shields, and that's how you stay alive for your survivability. That's it, simple as that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our generator mods. So for your blues, I recommend health, yellows dominance, and then red whatever you want. Might in my case, go ahead and put your dominance in, you know, A and B, or a dom and a resto, up to you. And for C, you can use rejuvenate and escape, and I think for D it's like auto breakout or something like that. So that's what you can put for your generator mods. All right, so let's go and get into our white mods. So for our weapon, use absorption adapter. Head, we're going to use ultimate supercharge if it's like your main tank, main tune, or a tank you want to heavily invest in. Use ultimate supercharge for this. If not, just use the supercharged ice elemental or dash attack. Neck, use fortified assault, gain extra defense while not blocking. And then your back piece, I'll say this is a must have for your ultimate, I should say. Ultimate Solar Power mod. So using the shield or supercharged generator, Superpower has a 25% chance to reset the cooldown of it. And like I said, this is ice tanking. It's gonna be nothing but shields. So you reset the cooldown on your shields, even better. Hardy, like I said, if it's your main tank, main tune, or whatever, go ahead and put that ultimate hardy, which is 15% health instead of 5. If not, just use the regular hardy mod. Leg doesn't really matter. And feet, I have tumbling master. And then I would say use regenerative shielding. Like I said, heal yourself when using the shield superpower. Ice is full of shields. So that's that for white mods. So for our utility belt, just make sure you have your breakout trinket and your chronos. The other two are optional. You can use your henchman, supply drop. Like I said, I got orbital mine and a health trinket. So like I said, it's optional for the other two. All right, so let's go for artifacts real quick. Let's start off with Mystic Symbol to 7. So pretty much you gain 5% defense for every enemy near you, a maximum of 20% defense. Increase your healing receipt by 10%, and pretty much you heal yourself 4 times every second based off your restoration. So we got manacles, which is going to pretty much absorb all the big hits. And then has a chance to reset the cooldown of your main shield. In our case, it's going to be Winter Ward. And then on top of that, all shield cooldowns are reduced by 10%. Like I said, ice is full of shields, so that helps out a lot. Then we got Last Pit. It's going to be our safety net. So in case your healer slips up, you slip up, or whatever, you know, this is your safety net. And then, you know, if you go down, you can revive yourself. And then we have Cersei's Mask. When your shield is broken, incoming healing is increased by 30% for 6 seconds. And then it stuns enemies on top of that. So pretty much we're benefiting off the healing in is increased by 30%. Like I said, shield, that's what we're full of shield. So this should be active at all times for the most part. And then we have Purified Pages of Black. This is going to be your stat buff art. What we benefit from is going to be the defense buff, the resto buff, and the dominance buff. And on top of that, the bonus incoming healing, which is going to be 45% at max stats. So you pair this up with Purified Pages, Cersei's Mask, then you have the 10% from Mystic. You're looking at 85% healing receive. So that's a pretty crazy stat right there. Like I said, you got 45, 30, and 10%. That's going to be 85% healing in receive. So it's a nice little combination of artifacts, good synergy going on. So that's that. Okay, so we can go over to our body Augs real quick. We're going to have dominating for our chest, not for our chest, for our body. And then our head Augs, we're going to have dominating as well. And then obviously if you have the rings, put your rings in your chest. All right, so since shield is our main mechanic as ice tanking, we need to see what makes our shield stronger so we know what to do with our skill points when we spec them, right? So we go to our stats and then go to dominance. Click on that, scroll down just a little bit. At the bottom, we see shield equals base shield multiplier. So the formula for that is going to be 112.5% resto plus 150% dominance. So those two are going to be the main stats for shields, resto and dominance. Obviously, with the dominant side being the stronger focus point, which is 150%. And then obviously the second is going to be restoration, 112%. So dominance first, resto second. So those are the two main stats we need to look at when it comes to ice tanking, right? All right, so we're at one of my favorite parts of the video, which is going to be spec your skill points with me. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the respec station and let's get started. So for weapons, grab whatever weapon you have. I'm gonna just put one in for now. My main focus is the stat point section of this, but if you want to do your weapon mastery and all that stuff, go ahead. You're more welcome to. For your movement mode, I'm gonna grab dash attack, grab perfect poise, I believe it's called for acrobats, and make sure you grab your resistance. And if you have extra skill points, go ahead and grab these recoveries here. These are going to benefit you as well. And then for iconic powers, I know for a fact magma and hard light shield is going to be a must. And whatever other iconics you feel like you need, I think I'm gonna grab this one as well. And then for your stat points, this is going to be pretty much our bread and butter right here. Now you have a choice in hybrid and superpowered. I would recommend superpowered if you're I would say weaker character and your shields are breaking a lot more faster because you're gonna be popping more shields. If you're kind of more stronger, you realize that your shields are lasting a lot longer. I would say go hybrid. On top of that, going hybrid, you get an extra 5% dominance and resto. Those factor into your shield strength as well. So I would try to build up your character to where you can go hybrid. If not, go superpowered. It's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna go hybrid for this build to get the extra 5% dominance and resto, which is gonna help our shield strength. We're gonna put 10-10 in here, and then another 10-10 in here. Well, just another 10, I should say. So 10-10 right here, and then we're gonna put 100 in dominance. And then 100 in resto. So this would have looked like this would have looked like so far. And then after that, put another 100 in health. So that's what it looked like so far. 10-10, 100-100-100. Then from here, go ahead and put the rest in your dominance. Then once you do that, you have a choice. You can start filling up these crit chances, crit magnitudes. This does help out your mystic if you're using that, your mystic art, because your mystic art does heal you for a little bit, and also helps out too for your magma vortex. This heals you as well. So you can start doing your crit. If you are going to go one of these, I'll say go ahead and top off your crit chance. It's only an extra 10 skill points. So you can do this, and then you can start filling up this restoration tree. Or you can finish topping this off the magnitude. It's up to you. I say the crit chance is way more important than the magnitude. So if you just want to do, the rest in the resto, or you can dump the rest into crit healing magnitude, you can do that. It's up to you. So, we can just dump the rest in here. Now that maxes that out, you can do that. You can do something like that, right? Now for me, this is how I'm spec. If you want to copy my exact build, so I maxed out my dominance, and then I maxed out everything here in the middle. Then I dumped the rest into resto. So I'll leave that up to you. Once you max out this dominance part, what you do from there, I'll leave that up to you. Whether you want to, continue to max this out, put some in the resto, and if for whatever reason, if you want to put some in the health, go ahead. You're more welcome to. But I'll say this is probably a ideal setup right here. The resto dominance build, along with your healing chances maxed out. So that's how I'm spec. You can spec, like I say, you spec however you want after the dominance part. I'll leave that up to y'all. So hopefully that helps you. All right, so we're going to cover a few builds. We're going to start with my boss tank build first. And before we, get too deep into the loadout, I'm going to put up this chart. It's going to be the base shield multiplier rankings. It's pretty much all the shields in the game, and it's pretty much has their base shield multiplier next to them, determine their strength. So the higher the number, the stronger the shield is. So in yellow, it's going to be the new iconic shields that we have in the game that was introduced this year. And then in blue, it's going to be all the ice shields. The only thing that's not highlighted is hibernation because we're not using that, and it's a supercharge. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the shields that we're going to be using is going to be Winter Ward, Life Shield, Heartlight Shield, Shattered Strengths, Reflection, and Dash Attack. So that's the shields we're going to be using. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 shields we're using. That's half our loadout. It's gonna be full of shields. It could be more. Like we got phase dodge. It's not technically a shield, but it absorbs damage. So you can use something like that if you wanted to. If you had the new iconic Sunstone Dust Blast, you can put that in here instead of Ice Elemental. I don't have that on this character, but that's something you could use. Or you can use the Blue Lantern ring shield, which is going to be Surgeon Barrier. It's not 100% shield, but it does absorb some damage. And that's going to be pretty much all the shields I recommend using for ice. I wouldn't recommend Amazon Deflection at all. Just don't use that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into the loadout. So we have Inescapable Storm. That's going to be your main pool. I'm just say shield, 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 shield. And Shattered Strengths is a shield. Now, if you look at the chart, it is one of the weaker shields at 0.84. But it is a group breakout. And on top of that, it counts as a shield, which is the only group breakout that counts as a shield. And I'm kind of going all over the place a little bit, just a little bit. Look at our allies. If you're using Superman, it adds another shield on top of that if you're using Sparring Breakout by using a group breakout. So you get kind of like a double shield. It kind of makes up for that, for it being a weak shield, by giving you another shield on top of that. So that's not bad. And then we are using Magma Vortex. It counts as a pool. It heals you, gives you 10% defense. Solid move is ice, so hopefully you do have this. If not, that's cool. Like I said, we got Reflection. Reflection is gonna be your weaker shield. This uses as like a last resort type of thing. If all these are on cooldown right here, and then they say your dash attack is on cooldown, go ahead and pop Reflection. But you know, these should be up, especially if you got manacles in, lowering the cooldown and stuff like that. So Reflection last resort, to use that. Resonating Gale, this is going to be your CC move. It's going to pretty much bring all the adds together. So you got 3 seconds to use that. So CC your ass for you. Exobyte Steel, this is just a stat buff. Like I said, based off the power interactions that's on the enemy, you can get up to 18, 36, 54% on your main stats, which is going to be your resto, dominance, and defense. Then we got Beacon of Hope, is the healing field. Like I said, this is a boss tank build, so you know, hopefully the boss is stationary. And you can pop this and get some heals in while your shields is off the cooldown. Like I said, you got Cersei Mask and your book, so that healing in and receive is going to be pretty good for this. And then you got Dash Attack, which counts as a shield, and it's a 2500 supercharge cost. So this is something that you can pop pretty often if you want to. And then you got Ice Elemental. Ice Elemental is going to give you a huge defense increase. Like I said, this is my boss tank build, so your movement mode is going to be extremely slow. So if the boss is moving around a lot, don't use it, and don't use it in hallways. So like I said, it's boss tank build, boss stationary, like in a room, not really doing too much movement. Go ahead and pop this if you want to. You're gonna get hella defense, hella stats. And then for the Ice Elemental tank build, it's the exact same loadout. I just put like a supercharge generator in, and I just put like Snow Devil or something in. You can put whatever you want. You put this in for a hard taunt or something like that. Whatever you want, throw another heal in. You do whatever you want. So these two are your wild card moves. You can put whatever you want right here for your Ice Elemental tank. And this one too. So you got 3 moves to work with. And yeah, that's that. So let's go to our allies real quick. So for combat, we got John Con. Obviously, he's a buff, gives you defense and might for your team. You got Swamp Thing, heals you twice for a certain percentage of your health. Let's see who else we got. We got Death Metal Batman. You can use applies a debuff. We got Static Shock. Use your shield, damage reduction shield. How you have him leveled up, the more damage reduction he does. So So those are some options for combat. You got Shazam. Shazam heals you, I believe, too, as well. Yeah, you and your teammates. So he heals you. For support, we're gonna be rocking with Superman and Lex. Superman kind of explained it already. Using the group breakout gives you a shield for you and your teammates. Then you got Lex is like another safety net, right? Gives you extra defense and resto if your health drops below 50%. So it helps you from dying. So that's all that does. Some other options as well. If you have Poison Ivy, like I said, this is a shield tank. So if you have a shield up, has a chance to apply a debuff to your enemies. So that's pretty solid. Queen Diana applies a debuff when you pull them. And that's pretty much it, I'll say. You know, obviously Superboy is free if you did get him. He gives you a little bit of defense, not much. But the main ones I'll say, I'm using Mr. Freeze too for some of my builds. So having a shield, you summon some Snow Devils out when you have a shield up and they hit you. So I'll say those are the main ones. It'll be Superman, Lex, Mr. Freeze, and like Poison Ivy or something like that. And if you're using a supercharged build, you can Swamp Thing, use some extra defense as well. But those would probably be like the main ones I'll say. These two, Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy for ice. And that'd be pretty solid. But yeah, for this build, the boss build, John Con, Superman, and Lex. So this is my hallway build. There's a few changes here and there in my hallway build, not too much. Art wise, I took out manacles. The reason I took out manacles, ads for the most part aren't really punching on you for 30% of your health to proc Unshakable. And you know, if you want to keep rocking it for the 10% reduction on your shield cooldown, you can. It's completely fine. But I got Red Tornado in. You can put Refractor in if you want to. That's an option as well. But that's up to you what you want to do. You can leave it the same. But I got Red Tornado in. That's me, personal preference. Allies, I have Mr. Freeze instead of Lex Luthor. Like I said, they're not really punching that hard on you. Like I said, your shield should be strong enough for hallways. And if you want to do a little bit extra damage with Mr. Freeze, obviously you're going to have shield up at all times. You're going to summon these Snow Devils out. And they get to punching. So that's the option as well. Like I said, combat doesn't really matter. I don't really pop combat in the hallways. But if you want to put a combat ally in, you can do, I don't know, Superboy or whatnot if you have them. Or anybody besides John Constantine, because he's going to be stationary. He's pretty much there for boss fights. And I don't really pop my allies unless it's for a boss fight. So like I said, you probably put anybody else besides John Constantine for your combat. And you'll be just fine. That's if you want to pop them on the hallways. But yeah, that's that. And for loadouts, everything is kind of the same up top, same moves that we have. The only move that we added in here has been Snow Devil and Power Impulse. We took out Ice Elemental because, like I said, it's a hallway build. We're not going to be popping Ice Elemental in the hallway. So we got Supercharged Generator. We're going to use that. We got Power Impulse for a heal if we need to use it. And like I said, we still have Dash Attack and we still have Snow Devil. And like I said, we have Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is going to summon up to 3 of them. And then you can summon up another 2 almost in a sense. So we pop this real quick. So we're going to use Snow Devil and we're going to clip it with Reflection. It's the same cooldown, 12-second cooldown. So if we do that, that's going to be 1 Snow Devil right there. And we just wait for the next cooldown. You have 2 Snow Devils out. So you can have up to 5 Snow Devils out at once, which is kind of cool. And it expires right there. So, and then you wait for it again. And another 2 is out. So that's that. And it's the same as that loadout. Like I said, just add Snow Devil. Everything's still the same. Rotate your shields at the top. Got your pull, Magma Vortex, CC move. And that's that for the hallway build. All right, so this is my alert build. I call this my alert build because, you know, we queuing into alert, like elite alerts and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, you're not rocking with a troll. It's usually like 2 DPSs in the healer or something like that. So we're Superpower spec, so we ain't got to worry about having any type of power issues or anything like that. So I'll call it my alert build. Now you can use this for raids. It works completely fine with raids. And it has a mix of both hallway and boss, aspects to it. So if you look at our loadout, it kind of has a little bit of everything to it if you just look at it. So we got our pool, escapable storm, shield, mammoth vortex, which is a pool, heals you, 10% defense, another shield, group breakout, CC move, resonating gale, it's gonna be a CC move. Snow devils, we already covered that. Shield, beacon of hope, a healing field for you, dash attack, and we got ice elemental. So like I said, it's a kind of a mix of everything, the hallway build and boss build put together. Artifact wise, everything's still the same. You can put back in manacles if you want to. You definitely can do that. And the reason why we're not rocking razors too, I know y'all probably wondering why I didn't put razors in. For ice, you're not going to get those procs like that as ice. Especially, with all the shield rotations and your shields being strong. If you're at full health, you pop a shield, and not, what I'm saying, in between shields, you're not really healing in between that. You're not going to get those procs as often as compared to like the other tank powers and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why. You'll still get the procs, like I said, but it just won't be as often as the other tank powers, because you're not doing as much healing as the other tank powers, because you're always shielded up. Your shields are strong, and especially if the healer's doing his job, you're not going to have much room for yourself to put out healing to help lower the cooldown for equilibrium. So that's the only reason why. Like I said, you can rock it. Like I said, it just won't be as often. Those equilibrium procs won't be as often as ice. So that's that. Ally wise for this build, we're doing Mr. Freeze and Future Lex Luthor. So yeah, that's it for this build. It's a hybrid build. Like I said, you can switch out your allies if you want to. You can do Superman Lex if you want to. You can take out Future Lex and put Superman in, or do what you want. This is just what I do for my build. You're more than welcome to switch things up. And that's it for this build. So to show off ice tanking just a little bit for this build, just using Sparring Targets real quick. We're gonna start off with the Snow Devils, and then we're gonna just kind of work our way to the other powers. Now it's nothing exciting. Like I said, this is ice tanking. You're just rotating shields. That's all we're doing. So I'm gonna start off with my Snow Devils, flip it like that. Hit Resonating Gale, how it sucks them all in. Then you can hit the Chrono. Once they break out, suck them back in. Chrono, and then just rotate your shields in between. Obviously, if you're seeing red numbers on your screen, that means you're taking damage. So just rotate your shields when you need to. And it's simple as that. Ice tanking is extremely simple. Extremely simple. So you do that. Pop your Snow Devils if you need to. If you are rocking Snow Devils, Resident Evil, suck them all in. Chrono, and that's it. And like I say, if you're at the boss fight, pop your Beacon of Hope. It'll heal you. Keep your shields up. Resonating Gale for adds. It's not going to work on the boss, but it'll work on adds. Hit your Chronos. Hit your Magma if you need to get extra healing at 10% defense too as well. And just keep your shields rotated. Like I said, your shields, your two most important shields are going to be Winter Ward and Life Shield. And both of those go down, and go ahead and pop a Hard Light Shield, which is going to be your next strongest shield. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. It's really simple. Now y'all probably asking me, well, what if I don't have these iconics? What I'm supposed to do? I got y'all. Just chill out a little bit. I got y'all. All right, so go to loadouts, and a lot of things kind of the same. We got Escapable Storm, so it's gonna be our pool. Winter Ward, shield. So shield. Not group breakout. It's gonna be a CC move. Resident Evil with CC move brings them all together. We got phase dodge. It acts as like a mini shield. You absorb a lot of damage. Pop that. Amazon deflection. Use this as a last resort, please. Last resort. If all your other shields are on cooldown and phase dodge on cooldown, then pop that. But you're probably not going to use this move. But if it's a saying everything on cooldown, use this as a last resort. We got Frost Slam. It's gonna be a juggle. Juggles the adds up in the air. And we got Pale and Ice, which is supercharge generator. So, and obviously dash attack, ice elemental. So we already discussed that. So let's go over the new moves that we added. So we got phase dodge. You're not gonna be able to see it, but that's what it does, and you're gonna be absorbing damage right there. Then you got Amazon deflection. It does proc your book artifact, but I say jump cancel out of that because you don't want to be blocking. And then we have Frost Slam, and it juggles them up in the air like that. And activates your leg mod if you have it, I believe. Yeah, Frost Slam, restore the Frost Slam. So you got that. And then your Supercharge Generator. Does a little CC move right there too. So those are gonna be 2 new moves or 3 new moves that we added to the loadout. And everything's still pretty much the same. You know, pull, pop a shield, CC, stay alive. Then you hit a chrono. I don't have chronos in right now. I don't know why. Pull, CC, get back up, chrono, rinse and repeat. You know, everything's still the same. Like, so you added a few new moves. You know, and then the new moves are kind of situational. You don't even have to use those. This top trade is honestly good enough. Just use this top trade, and if you need to, come to this bottom trade. You know, pop your supercharges, whatever you need to do. But this top trade should still be good enough. And that's pretty much it for a no iconic loadout. It's pretty solid, especially probably one of the better powers that doesn't require iconics to be a efficient tank. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the no iconic loadout. So that's that. All right, so I'm in more for Mogos. A lot of ads here, so let's try to corral these guys up and just kind of show off the ice tank a little bit. So you can do that. Hit the pull, clip it with a shield. Gather these guys all up. Snow Devils, clip that with a shield. You see how they get stunned? That's that Cersei's Mask. Hit that Resonating Gale. Hit your Magma, bring them in some more. And these ads kind of die a little fast, so it's a little difficult to show it. That, we break out, free yourself a little bit. Get a chrono if you need to. Group them together like that. Get a chrono. And that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple. Ice is simple. Ice is extremely simple. Pull, pop a shield. Stay alive. That's it. That's all it is. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Get up out of here. So you come to the bounty over here. It's my boss tank build, so we're going to test out just a little bit. It's a few people over here. Hopefully they don't damage them or distract them too much aggro wise. So I can show y'all. And just take a big old hit like that. Up a beacon of hope like that. Just rotate your shields. Now this is not my superpower spec, so my power regen isn't going to be the strongest right now. But your shields are so strong that, you know, just a simple power over time should be good enough for you in content. That shield went down. You just gotta stay alive in between your beacon of hopes for your boss tank build. That's all you gotta do. You do that, you good. Pop that. Some more people showing up, but it's all good. And I'm gonna stand in this right here. And that's my manacles. Those are the big old hit right there. And beacon holds ready to go. Now you good to go. Get some healing in. And I'm gonna pop a shield real quick. And let's look at our defense. So looking at 1.3 million defense. So we're gonna pop this guy right here. Now let's look at our defense. 1.8. Ooh, boy. We can pop this. Heal back up. We're good to go. And And that's pretty much it. You know, y'all get it. Y'all get it. It's as simple as that. Get this group breakout, get up out of here. Let the true Jack finish him off. So with all that being said and done, ice tanking, pop a shield, stay alive. That's it. That's all you gotta do. Rotate your shields. You be good to go. That's all it is. It's simple. It's the simplest tank mechanic that we have in the game compared to all the tanks. Is just popping the shield. You know, nothing changes as far as the tank role is gathering up adds and holding aggro. That's the same across all tank powers. Only difference is you're just rotating shields in your loadout. And that's pretty much it. It can't get no simpler than that. So you're thinking about going ice, or if you know you're new to tanking or new to, you know, the game in general, you choose a tank, you know, ice is not a bad choice as far as just learning the role. You want to just learn the role of tanking and keeping it simple. Ice is not a bad choice. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.